beneficiaries. While the Prime Minister calls it a Rakhi gift, opposition has called it a Jumla ahead of polls. Prime Minister Modi hailed the move and said that the festival of Raksha Bandhan is a day to increase happiness in our families, and the price cut would benefit sisters of our country and make their lives easier. Meanwhile, the entire alliance of India has gone after the centre over the LPG cut, alleging it as an election gimmick. Congress took a dig at the government, alleging gifts reflect Prime Minister Modi's desperation. Sharpening that attack, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said the price cuts have come after 2 India alliance meets, which shows that the NDA was afraid of them.
2016 में एक निर्णय लिया कि एक उज्ज्वला नाम की योजना की शुरुआत की, जिसके तहत उन्होंने 8 करोड़ हमारी बहनों को उज्ज्वला का कनेक्शन दिया। 8 करोड़ दिए 2016 में। आज वो बढ़ता बढ़ता 9 करोड़ 60 लाख तक कनेक्शन बढ़ गया था। और अभी कल माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अनाउंस किया कि 75 लाख एडिशनल कनेक्शंस होंगे।
महंगाई एक मुद्दा है, लोग चुप हैं, लोग डरते हैं, लोग अपनी बात, जो दिल की बात है, अपनी मन की बात सामने नहीं रखते। और 2024 में जब वोट करने जाएंगे तो वो बात वोटों के द्वारा सामने आ जाएगी। गरीबी इतनी ज़्यादा है आज के दिन कि 900 रुपया भी किसके पास है, किस परिवार के पास है कि सिलेंडर बदल, पहले तो आप सिलेंडर का दाम वाम दो तो इंस्टॉलमेंट्स में, फिर हर नए सिलेंडर पे 900 रुपया। गरीब आदमी के पास इतनी ताकत है ही नहीं।
उज्ज्वला योजना के लाभार्थियों को प्रति सिलेंडर 200 रुपये की छूट और 75 लाख नए कनेक्शन देने की घोषणा यह सर्वथा उचित और अभिनंदनीय निर्णय है।
अरे जुमले का सरकार है, 200 से क्या होने वाला है इस देश में? आप 500 नहीं और कम करना चाहिए था। हमारी जब सरकार थी तो 400 रुपया सिलेंडर था, अभी 1150 है। 200 कम करने से क्या, किस बहन को इसके 200 रुपये बचा के 500 700 कम करने चाहिए थे। और ये सारे इलेक्शन का जुमला है। अभी आ गया इलेक्शन, इसलिए 4.5 साल इनको नहीं सोचा कि महंगाई है, और कर्नाटका के लोगों ने इनको रिजेक्ट किया महंगाई के कारण, बेरोजगार के कारण, इसलिए केंद्र सरकार डरी हुई है।
So whether is it a Jumla, a Rakhi gift, is it election gimmickry, and is there hypocrisy somewhere down the line where the India alliance also comes into question? All these posed to our panelists this evening. Joining me on To The Point is Sardar R.P. Singh, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party, Dr. Anshul Avijit, National Spokesperson, Congress, MD Tausifur Rahman, spokesperson TMC, and Reena Gupta, spokesperson the Aam Aadmi Party. Anshul Avijit, I want to ask you one question because repeatedly over the last 24 hours what's come from the Congress camp, Anshul Avijit, is that this is political gimmickry, it's right before elections, and this is a Jumla. But having said that, you know, I just want to take you through on what's happening in election-bound states in Rajasthan, in Madhya Pradesh. Forget about Madhya Pradesh because those are promises. But let me tell you what's going on in the state of Rajasthan. I'm quite sure, Anshul Avijit, you're aware of the Gehlot Guarantee Card. You're aware of the La Bharati Utsav. You're aware of the 650 LPG subsidy where it comes down to Rajasthan. So if this is election gimmickry, then that what you're doing is also election gimmickry. And somewhere down the line, how unfortunate it might be, it's par for the course. It happens every election. You do it all the time.
Preeti, we have an unerring habit of actually fulfilling election promises. Today also, you should mention the Griha Lakshmi scheme in Karnataka that was launched today. It was an election promise along with 5 others that actually got implemented today. It is a scheme that helps women at the time of extreme economic distress. Let's not forget that. You know, inflation is at an all-time high at 7.44%. You've got unemployment at an all-time high. Manufacturing has slumped completely. Your capacity utilization is barely 75%, even though the finance minister, I don't know what agency she has. I don't think she has any agency to maneuver because everything comes out of the PMO. But even then, today she said, after 8 years, that somehow industry is moving. People are investing. Nobody's investing Industry is still deleveraging. Manufacturing is slumped. That's why you have unemployment so high. At a time like this, the government is filling its coffers by this unremitting rise in excise duties of fuel. Let's not forget that. It's been doing it for the past so many years, and of gas prices. And by bringing it down for 200 rupees, I think it's some sort of a gift. Is this a cruel joke on this country?
Okay.
This is a cruel joke. I mean, I would even call it a sleight of hand if it was not so clunky.
All right, okay, but Anshul Avijit, what hand is Mr. Gehlot dealing in Rajasthan then?
We have we said we will do an urban MNREGA because unemployment
You've given a 650 rupee LPG subsidy, Anshul Avijit, in Rajasthan. Was that a poll? 1 second, sir. Was that a poll promise? No. It's happened 3 months before election, yes. The Gehlot guarantee card has been distributed 6 months before election, yes.
Look, it's a fiscal policy that is governing price rise of this government. They've completely failed at controlling anything to do with the economy. After Notbandi, the economy was actually thrown under a bus. It's been completely wrecked. The government hasn't a clue how to do it because it's full of amateurs, right? So the state governments have therefore to compensate and give measures, whether it's through elections, through promises, or through schemes that come in between. It's idea of governance. We should not forget governance, right?
Okay.
And it has been state governments time and again, whether it's Chhattisgarh or whether it's Karnataka now, whether it's been Rajasthan. Let's not forget the health guarantee scheme in Rajasthan, which is revolutionary, right? A number of schemes have come up to help the people at a time of extreme economic distress by this mismanagement of the government.
All right, fair point. I want to cut across right now to Sardar R.P. Singh. Sardar R.P. Singh, sir, you have come on my show repeatedly. Your spokespersons from your party have come on our show repeatedly and have always said one thing: there is no inflation. The numbers suggest India economy is at an all-time high. Now, one can turn around and say Gehlot is doing it in Rajasthan, but the counter to that is the Congress has admitted that inflation is at an all-time high. So what the Rajasthan government is trying to do, as per the Congress, is trying to take the burden away from the people of, say, the state like Rajasthan. If there is no inflation, if the economy is flying high, then what's the need of a subsidy on LPG, Sardar R.P. Singh?
First, understand what is the inflation rate in Rajasthan, and let's understand the countrywide average and understand the inflation in Rajasthan. Inflation in Rajasthan is 9.5% today and has been throughout like that, and highest in the country throughout. There's the state of the affair in Rajasthan, as far as Rajasthan goes. And as far as the poll promises goes, let me remind you, if you want to just dig out the video before the debate show gets over, Mr. Rahul Gandhi was there during election, and he said, 10 दिन में किसानों के कर्जे माफ करूंगा. We'll waive off farmers' loan. Today, farmers are being beaten by the baton when they protest. Their lands are being taken by the government or the banks. So this is state of affairs as far as the promises goes. Karnataka, their ministers, their MLAs are making hue and cry that they don't have money for development. You are taking away all the development money for promises which you have made, which only half fulfilled or not fulfilled. We still need, see it on the ground. But the fact is that 40,000 crore rupees of the development fund has been transferred to what? To the poll promises. Thirdly, let's understand what was the UPA regime gas prices. Let's go by year. 2009, it was 710 rupees, then 877, then 922. Then 1021, and last it was 1241. This was the state of affair during UPA regime. And what has been the average price in our regime has been 762 rupees 80 paisa, the average price. But that's not the issue. Issue is taking care of people, taking care of the poorest of poorest. There is no harm in it. And in their regime, Preeti Choudhry's video is in social media. I'll play it before the show ends. She is saying, अरे गरीब आदमी थोड़ा गैस का सिलेंडर यूज करता है. गरीब आदमी कब से गैस का सिलेंडर? Give me a second. गरीब आदमी गैस का सिलेंडर कब से यूज करता है? Preeti Choudhary saying in a press conference when she was asked the price of the cylinder has increased to 900 rupees. She said, "Oh, गरीब आदमी थोड़ा यूज करता है." Today, more than 11 crore women will get gas cylinder under the Prime Minister's Ujjwala scheme. There's the difference.
Okay, but Sardar R.P. Singh, you're a party with a difference. No, you're not the UPA you've always maintained. The NDA is nothing like the UPA you've always maintained. You've done way better. So for a party which till about 2 months ago were calling this Revdi, how does Revdi get converted into a Rakhi gift so soon?
Give me a second. This is basically for all those poor women who have started using gas cylinder for the first time. They never used to have the gas cylinder. They used to use the wood and then would suffer cancer because of that. And its number is 11 crore household. And in each house there will be 1 or 2 women, more than 1 woman who will use the stove now.
Right.
The new LPG stove.
So Sardar RP Singh, you admit either there was inflation, which was very high, especially when it came down to LPG gas cylinders. That's required the need of the slashing of 200 rupees and then 200 extra for the under the Ujjwala Yojana. Either you admit there was or you admit that there wasn't, then why?
Preeti, as I said, concern is the poor woman who has shifted from wood stock, burning wood or other means to gas, to better alternative. For their good health, this is a contribution. For their good health.
But Sardar RP saying this contribution has been, suddenly it's been realized that it's a contribution. But having said that, sir, I'll come back to you. Sir, I'll come back to you. Let me open up the panel.
55 crore people get benefit of Ayushman Bharat.
Sir, I will come back to you. I will come back to you. Let me open up the panel. I want to cut across to Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson Reena Gupta. Reena Gupta, what is the apprehension or what is the question that the Aam Aadmi Party can raise in this? The Aam Aadmi Party has cut its teeth, built its bones, earned its spurs, all the cliches that come into electoral voting on the basis of freebies, madam. And you know that.
Preeti, we have always said that these are essential requirements that the people of this country need. We have never said these are freebies. It is the doublespeak of Bharatiya Janata Party that now when they are about to lose the next general elections, they are giving out this 200 rupees. I am sorry, it's too little too late. That's point number 1. Point number 2, Preeti, as a trained economist, I can say that the country is being run by WhatsApp economists. That's why you have these brilliant ideas like demonetization, mismanagement of GST, high fuel prices. When internationally fuel prices are low, India continues to have high fuel prices. Even in the case of LPG, Preeti, in 2014, when this BJP government came into power, the Aramco price used to be 1,000 rupees USD, and now it's actually 500. So even this, they are not able to manage. RP Singh was talking about Meri Pyari Behne, Meri Garib Behne. 33 crore people only have LPG connections in India. 50 crores still are cooking on chula, on lakadi. So what is this government doing for 9 years with
but
all
Reena
their
Gupta, then you should be glad with what RP Singh said. But then Reena Gupta, you should be glad with what RP Singh said. It's going to give the opportunity for all those women who are cooking on the chula to bring in a gas cylinder now.
Preeti, refer to your answer.
After 9 years.
Yes, sir. Your question has been posed.
When inflation, can I complete?
Sir, let her complete. Sir, I'll come back to you. Let's be fair.
Inflation is
Go
an
ahead.
all-time high. Preeti, inflation right now is 8%. In Delhi, inflation is the lowest at 3%. Because we have learned and educated people running the government of Delhi. We know how to manage budgets even after giving free electricity, free water, free transport. Delhi continues to be a revenue surplus state. This is how you manage budgets. This is how you govern a country. Not the jumlebaji that Bharatiya Janata Party keeps doing. Sometimes they call it Revdi, freebie. जब खुद दे रहे हैं तो कह रहे हैं कि मेरी बहनों के लिए सौगात है. And even with a 200 rupee reduction, Preeti, LPG cylinder is the most expensive in the across South Asia.
Okay. I want to bring in the
Bangladesh, Myanmar.
Okay. I want to bring in the TMC spokesperson, but Reena Gupta. Okay, I'm going to bring in the TMC spokesperson. Reena Gupta, you gave the example of Delhi, but the coffers of the Punjab government are empty. No, even yet you're giving these subsidies. But having said that, I'll come back to you. But I want to cut across to MD Tausifi Rahman. Mr. Rahman, you're from the TMC. You and I both know better during Bengal, the slew of SOPs which were rolled out by your government for women as a gift to women, which practically engineered you coming back into power where Bengal was concerned, sir. What's the difference? It's the pot calling the kettle black.
Preeti, first of all, you need to understand, like, our schemes in West Bengal is pretty transparent, and everyone, 12 crore people staying in Bengal, they knew about all the scheme, whether it's Kanya Shri, whether it's whatever the schemes are. We have 70 schemes so far, but it's transparent. But the thing is that when I was hearing RP Singh ji, it's very sad that he again began the whataboutery. I mean, BJP claims they have reduced the price of cooking gas. What is the price of an LPG cylinder now? I mean, you have to pay rupees 12 to 1100 for one LPG cylinder. Don't cut me, please. While Centre has time again and again hike price of LPG cylinder by a hefty amount. I mean, they have reduced the same by a merge of rupees 200. ये वही कहावत हो गई ना कि बॉर्डर में कोई तनाव है क्या, पता करो शहर में चुनाव है क्या. तो अगर चुनाव है तो दाम गिर गई, अगर नहीं होती तो नहीं गिरती. Now BJP so-called अच्छे दिन is nothing but a fallacy. While 9.58, what RP Singh ji was saying right now, 9.58 crore gas connection have been released under the Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana scheme. As of February 2nd, 9.6 of the beneficiary took no gas refill. You are giving the gas to the 9 crore people, but there is no refill connection.
Whataboutery.
I'll come back to you, sir. Let him finish.
From where they will refill? They have no money to refill. Even if they have to pay 900 per month or twice a month, from where are they going to bring 1800?
Sir, okay. Mr. Rahman, you said कि अगर बॉर्डर पे तनाव है तो क्या शहर में चुनाव है. सर, आपका भी शहर है ना, आपका भी स्टेट है. कितना सौंप दिया था? 1000 करोड़ का सौंप you had given. 1000 crore sops before the Bengal elections.
Money from the central government for 100 days.
But sir, what is the difference? It's the same.
Knows that 7,000 crore has not been paid from the central government. Our people, our farmers, our wages, they are just waiting for the money. It's not funny. It is not funny. RP Singh ji, you are there and you have debated with me like 100 times. We are asking money from the central government. Are you going to give that?
But sir, you still gave,
no.
Okay, I don't think you've understood the question, but you still gave 1,000 crore SOP right before election. The BJP is none the different.
Yes,
sir, I'm going to go back to RP Singh and we'll go back with to each of our panelists. And then I want to go to Anshul Abhijit as well. All right. Okay, sir. RP Singh, you wanted to respond. Go ahead, sir.
Well, Preeti, I'll ask your research team to dig out and find out how much refill is there. Data is, as per India Today data, which is there on your website, which says that there were 16 crore in 2017. Today there are 33 crore people who refill their gas cylinders, including Ujjwala, put together, everything put together. But that
sir, you need to, sir, if you're going to quote data, please tell me what exact data are you quoting? From the India Today website. I don't know what data you're quoting, sir.
I'm quoting from your website, India Today website. Ask your research team to please...
okay, sir, make your point. Make your point. Go ahead. Just make your point.
The point is that in the scheme of Prime Minister, taking care of poor is part of the government's agenda. For example, 11 crore farmers get Kisan Samman Nidhi every year after year, every quarter. Or, for example, 55 crore people get benefit of Ayushman Bharat, 5 lakh health insurance. There is a huge cover. I mean, it's not that there's one thing which is happening. Whether it is the roof on the head, more than 3.25 crore people has got roof on the head in last few years. It was not there earlier. So it's the ongoing agenda of the Prime Minister Modi to ensure that the last and the poorest is taken care and not at the cost of
Anshul Abhijit, closing comments, sir. You know, the BJP does it, the Congress does it, the Aam Aadmi Party does it, the TMC does it. So none the better. Let's just accept this is par for the course. An election is in order. You're going to do what it takes.
I'll tell you what the difference is. In the UPA, we gave a lot of things to the poor. We had pro-poor schemes. So that was because money came from high growth rate of over 8%. The growth rate now has tanked. The coffers are empty. What they're doing is they're taking money from the poor by increasing excise duty of fuel and gases and then giving it back to them in some one odd scheme after another and thinking they're doing a favor. That is a critical difference. They have no imagination. They have no management skills. They have no understanding of macroeconomics. And therefore, it's failed. And you can see it in all the figures. I don't have to say it. These are government release figures which say unemployment is at an all-time high. Inflation is completely through the roof. There is no manufacturing whatsoever. Unless you have manufacturing, you cannot have jobs. Unless you have jobs, you have no money in people's pockets. They can't buy anything. It's a simple logic of economics. They don't understand it because it's run by amateurs. The Prime Minister may have studied the entire political science. I don't understand what knowledge he has of the economy.
All right, okay, closing comments. The Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, Reena Gupta. So, your economy is great, you've got your math right, but when the BJP does it, it's all a jumla.
BJP, Preeti, I'll give you numbers. When the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, inherited this government, the national debt was 55,000 crores. Today, it's 1,55,000 crores. It's tripled. So, where has all this money gone? This money has gone to the crony capitalist friends of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Even RP Singh has not received any relief from this government. It is only friends of BJP, and the latest CAG report talks very clearly about all the corruption. You have not given any relief to anybody, and still the national debt has gone up. What kind of economics is this, Preeti? When unemployment is highest, inflation is highest, national debt is highest, there's corruption in every program, whether it's Bharat Mala, Ayushman Bharat, old age pension, minority pension, everything there is corruption. So it is very clear, and now they are rattled. They are waking up in the last few months before the elections, and they are thinking 200 रुपए की सौगात दे देंगे तो लोग हमें वापस वोट दे देंगे. पाप का घड़ा आपका भर चुका है. आप वापस नहीं आने वाले हैं क्योंकि भारत के अच्छे दिन आने वाले हैं और मोदी जी जाने वाले हैं.
All right, okay. 30 seconds, Mr. Rahman, closing comments.
I just want to ask RP Singh ji, your minister, Prahlad, Union Minister, he says war has impacted the price of petroleum products worldwide. The reality is that India has been buying cheap Russian on below 60 per barrel. So do you have any say on that? But still, on what price you are selling the fuel? Do you have any say on that?
All right, RP Singh, the fact is what the United Alliance, and I'm going to come right back and give you an opportunity to answer all the charges that your co-panelists have made, is the fact that they say that you're basically rattled of the India Alliance. They've come together, and even they've only met twice, now meeting the third time, but it's rattled you enough to slash LPG prices.
People who are the most corrupt, people whose ministers, the party whose two ministers are in jail, talking about corruption. They have tried their best to go to court and get the cases quashed. They are not being quashed. There are 4 ministers of Congress being arrested by Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab. They are in jail. They talk about corruption. Sisodia Satendra, they are in jail. They talk about corruption. But coming to the issue, we have built up infrastructure in last many years. Which, do you remember Mr. Anthony saying in the parliament that we don't want to build infrastructure on the borders because if we build infrastructure on the border, China will use that. China will come and use that, our infrastructure, and invade us. This was the state of affairs. Today we are the most secure nation. We are the best on infrastructure.
Okay.
We are taking care of the poor.
Let's limit the debate to LPG cylinders. Let's not get into China because the moot question on that is still right. Why we don't have access to our patrolling points. But that's for a different day. But having said that, appreciate all 4 of you for joining us. Thank you there. And understandably, in days to come and run up to election of 5 state elections and of course the big one in 2024, expect a lot of this in terms of freebies, and not just from the BJP, from all across political parties. Promises galore. Quick break. Up next, Rahul Kanwal.
What really should be your alternatives to white refined sugar, which clearly is something that you must avoid? Let's talk about what you can use instead of this white sugar. Number 1, organic brown sugar. organic, then all the very better, because this is extremely healthy. Now what it does essentially is that this is processed, but it is made in the most natural way to retain most of sugarcane's nutrition, and that's the reason why this should be an alternative. Coconut or palm sugar, again extremely healthy sources of sugar, which are alternatives as well, extracted from the flower buds of the coconut palm tree. The sugar has a mild caramel taste and can be used in a number of ways in your delicacies, also for daily consumption. Date sugar, extremely nutritious natural sweetener. Date sugar can be a great addition to your diet. This also is a good alternative. Jaggery or gur, as we know it, has got a world of benefits in terms of what it does to your body. Essentially, a lot of people have spoken about the fact that during pollution, you should be consuming a lot of gur. It's a great alternative to sugar. Also, the fact that it is rich in iron is really an added benefit and added advantage. Raw or unprocessed honey, this too is a great alternative. You can use it in various forms, like you use white refined sugar. It tastes extremely good as well.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 39 and minimum 29 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 30 and minimum 26 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 35 and minimum 27 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 30 and minimum 23 degrees. Chennai, maximum 33 and minimum 27 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 32 and minimum 23 degrees.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Presented by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Growing Legacies.
Co-presented by Century Laminates by